What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Be sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. We've got some new information, grain of salt, sources here, and this comes from Endymion and his sources. Source is a source, of course. So, Sucker Punch gutted and repurposed Ghost of Tsushima for the sequel, Ghost of Yotei. These are rumors, allegations, allegedly, and of course, yes, they come from Endymion. So you can see this latest rumor is from him, who shared that a source informed him that Sony Japan, specifically Sony Japan, is pissed off about being kept in the dark over the sudden changes of this game's narrative. Now, I know on the last one, it was like, bullshit, Sony knew everything. Now, we're not saying that elements in Sony weren't aware, but large portions of the higher ups were unaware. They thought that they were getting a straight up Ghost of Tsushima sequel. And when it came to State of Play and Sucker Punch brought what they brought, it was not what they were expecting, and certainly the reaction has not been what they were expecting. He said, it does seem there is a huge disconnect between what Sucker Punch knew about this Ghost sequel versus what Sony's PR teams knew. He said, I was told, like before, when I reported on Yotei's last, the game was indeed supposed to be Ghost of Tsushima 2, with Jin Sakai as the main character. This has been confirmed to me by at least one source, and I was told the skeleton of Tsushima 2 is what is largely being used to create Yotei into what it is now. I would assume that likely Jin would come to Mount Yotei, and then this is where he would be facing the next Mongol threat. But within the past 2 years, something has definitely changed at Sucker Punch. The entire narrative was effectively gutted from what I'm being told and repurposed into the story about Atsu. Now, as you've seen in the new trailer, the whole wandering Ronin being hunted by other bounty hunter stories that is presented in Yotei, I'm assuming was originally supposed to be Ronin hunting Jin Sakai as the ghost, which would make sense. Shared more information provided to him by his sources regarding a number of individuals who joined Sucker Punch around the last 2 years or so. First, pointing to Jin Lee Lucin, who began working at Sucker Punch in May 22 as a producer. He also pointed to Adriana Martinez, a senior writer and narrative designer for Sucker Punch, who joined the company in 23. He also pointed to Courtney Woods. Wow, so we're naming names at least, and Kelly Snyder. Given when these individuals joined the company, all 2022 and 2023, you know what was going on, especially in 2022. As you'll notice, as I show these other examples, these writers and such, they all came into the project rather late in production on Yotei, almost as if the game was something else entirely before it became that. Sharing that Sony is currently deciding what to price Yotei at and how to promote the game going forward. No way they get away selling this at full price. I was told currently Yotei is being considered at Sony to be pushed as a spin-off title in the Ghost series instead of a mainline game. Not the original plan. No, it seems like they wanted to get away with this being a standalone but full-priced game, and that's just not going to work. The way Sony is currently looking at Yotei is that they might advertise the game as the Miles Morales. Yeah, and I think that's what they're going to do. The Assassin's Creed, the Adrian Grand Dupree or whatever, like the spin-off game that's not quite Assassin's Creed 3. It was like a liberation type, just like this. Not quite a Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Not quite Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei. We're talking, it might not be as big as Tsushima was. It might also cost less money, as well as release when Miles Morales did when it launched on PS5 day one. And we've talked about previous ones, how we would not expect this anytime soon, that it's even farther, probably not even seeing this until 2026. And that says nothing of an actual Ghost of Tsushima 2. Saying that when it was originally told that Yotei was not the original game idea at all, it was, of course, Ghost of Tsushima 2, and that this has all been changed. So this is all backs off of what of the other sources was saying, that they've just taken what was and switched it. And also that one of the delays from Ghost of Tsushima 2 or for Yotei would be because they changed the timelines to 300 years into the future, which means they now need to update that world. You can't just copy it over. There will be differences in 300. And yeah, looks like we just, instead of getting Jin Sakai hunted by assassins and Ronin on the island of Yotei, it seems like we're going to get a new character 300 years in the future that's just a standalone spin-off game that hopefully isn't more than $40. lastly, we'll end with, I was told that if Yotei's reception does not improve, this could scale the game back in terms of scope and resources. If Sony starts to notice the public opinion on this game is not changing for the better, they'll opt for a smaller overall content package. Giggity. And in this case, probably just cancel it and do an actual Ghost of Tsushima 2. But I don't know. Let me know what you think of all this. What would you pay for this type game? 30, 40 bucks? Certainly not 60 or 70, right? You let me know. Either way, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.